Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Robyn forced out after TLC bombshell. Family lies exposed and KOD'S secret cash stash revealed. The once carefully controlled facade of the Brown family has finally crumbled under the weight of betrayal, manipulation, and greed, leaving Robyn Brown, long branded the favorite wife, on the brink of total exile from the family and the Sister Wives empire. Insiders close to the production of Sister Wives have revealed that Robyn, once the queen of KOD'S affection and the self-proclaimed last woman standing, is now facing the very real possibility of being forced out, not just by the public, but by KOD himself. What sparked this seismic shift? It all began when TLC dropped a bombshell during behind-the-scenes contract renegotiations, unveiling damning footage and financial records that exposed years of hidden cash dealings, shady favoritism, and bold-faced family lies that shocked even the most loyal Brown followers. For over a decade, fans have watched as Robyn climbed to prominence within the plural marriage, gaining KOD'S time, affection, and ultimately, a legal marriage. But behind the tears and trembling voice was a woman with a plan. Leaked internal memos from a TLC producer suggest Robyn's portrayal as a victim was strategic, and documents show her production contract included individual appearance bonuses, far exceeding those of Mary, Janelle, or Christine. Robyn had not only become KOD'S emotional crutch, but his business partner in a quiet cash funneling operation that diverted show earnings and cameo profits into a secret fund, one that her sister wives had no knowledge of. It was during a routine TLC audit of show finances, triggered by mounting questions about where nearly $200,000 in merchandising revenue vanished, that the truth began to emerge. KOD, backed by Robyn, had been withholding financial information from the family for years. Christine, who had already exited the family with her head held high, was the first to go public with suspicions about the mystery money. But it was Janelle who dropped the hammer. In a tearful private interview, she revealed that KOD and Robyn had manipulated the family's real estate sales, including the now infamous Coyote Pass property, to position themselves for sole ownership while deliberately stalling the other wives' building permits. "We were lied to. All of us," Janelle stated, her voice cracking. "He told us there was no money to build. But they were sitting on over $300,000 in a private account." The stash had been hidden in a combination of Robyn's online jewelry business, My Sister Wife's Closet, which hadn't been active for years but had suspicious ongoing financial activity, and a series of PayPal transfers linked to a shared LLC with KOD. As the revelations spiraled, TLC executives were reportedly furious, not because of the drama, which they thrive on, but because of the potential legal implications of non-disclosed earnings and IRS scrutiny. Suddenly, Robyn's long-protected status was in jeopardy. Producers began shifting focus toward the survivors of the Brown family, Christine's new life, Janelle's financial independence, and Mary's spiritual awakening. Robyn, once the star, was being edited out, her scenes trimmed, her interviews cut short. Viewers noticed. Online forums lit up with speculation. Where's Robyn? Why is she suddenly quiet? The answer: TLC was preparing to pivot, and Robyn was no longer profitable. Things took a darker turn when footage from a never-aired segment was leaked online, showing Robyn admitting to knowing about the secret account, laughing awkwardly and saying, "It was just easier that way." The others wouldn't have understood. Public backlash was immediate and fierce. Once seen as the emotional core of the family, Robyn was now being dragged across social media as the grifter wife, a manipulator who used tears and trembling hands to blind fans to her financial cunning. And when Mary finally broke her silence, cryptically posting on Instagram about betrayal wrapped in love, the final nail seemed to be hammered in. The family had turned on her. Behind closed doors, Robyn reportedly begged KOD to make a public statement defending her. But according to insiders, he refused, citing strategic distancing as the show's survival became paramount. Even their kids were drawn into the mess, with some refusing to film and others demanding trust funds be set up with transparent documentation of show earnings. The image of the perfect plural family was not just cracked, it was shattered. Now, whispers from TLC insiders suggest Robyn's days on the show are numbered. With new spin-offs reportedly in development, one focusing on Christine and David Woolley's new blended family, and another on Janelle's solo life, there's no room for the woman who now represents everything fans have come to resent about Sister Wives: favoritism, deception, and greed. Robyn, once so secure in her place, is now isolated, both on-screen and off. Her social media has gone dark, her cameo requests unfulfilled, and her public appearances non-existent. As one producer reportedly put it, she played the long game and lost. Meanwhile, KOD'S empire is collapsing. His attempts to pivot into real estate and coaching have stalled, and his once fierce grip on the narrative has loosened. With Christine and Janelle speaking out more boldly than ever, and Mary finally detaching for good, Robyn has become collateral damage in a story that was never truly about unity, but control. And as for that cash stash, sources say the IRS has now opened an inquiry, with subpoenas issued for LLCs tied to both Robyn and KOD. TLC, hoping to avoid liability, has distanced itself and restructured contracts to require full financial transparency going forward. What was once reality TV's most famous polygamist family is now a crumbling empire of secrecy and betrayal, one where even the favorite wife isn't safe anymore. In a reality television world already addicted to dysfunction, betrayal, and crumbling facades, the latest bombshell surrounding Robyn Brown's exit from Sister Wives might be the most explosive yet, not because she left quietly, but because she was allegedly forced out in the wake of a calculated TLC exposé. One that's been described behind the scenes as a scorched earth reveal designed to not only realign the network's image, but to finally deliver the truth fans have been demanding for years. It wasn't just about Robyn's polarizing role in the Brown family anymore. It was about everything: the hidden finances, the long-buried lies, and the devastating truth about KOD Brown's secret cash stash that was never meant to come to light. According to multiple production sources who spoke under strict anonymity, TLC executives made a strategic decision after months of internal debate and viewer research. The show had lost the illusion of balance. With Mary, Christine, and Janelle increasingly pulling away, the family dynamic had imploded into what fans viewed as the Robyn and KOD show, a narrative arc dominated by favoritism, gaslighting, and emotional manipulation. Ratings were inconsistent, trust in the storytelling was eroding, and fan sentiment was turning toxic. TLC needed a jolt. They needed a reset. And Robyn, once seen as the sympathetic fourth wife, had become the network's liability. The final straw? A leaked internal audit revealing that significant income from shared family ventures had been diverted into private accounts, all allegedly tied to KOD and Robyn. The money trail led to a series of unreported assets, including a secluded property in Flagstaff, a high-end SUV paid in cash, and a boutique jewelry business registered under a shell LLC that allegedly listed Robyn's cousin as the figurehead. TLC had already been under pressure from former crew members who accused the network of turning a blind eye to KOD's financial misdeeds, but this time, with legal threats looming and fans demanding transparency, executives took action. A secret meeting was held. Lawyers were present. Robyn was reportedly told in no uncertain terms that she would no longer be welcome on the show moving forward, not as a recurring character, not as a guest, not even in archival flashbacks without express legal consent. In short, she was out. But the story doesn't stop there. What followed was a frantic damage control effort from both Robyn and KOD. Publicly, they claimed the departure was mutual, a step back for family privacy, narrative that few bought. Privately, insiders say Robyn was devastated and furious, accusing TLC of betrayal and threatening to file breach of contract claims. KOD, meanwhile, attempted to rally the remaining children for support, many of whom refused. In a particularly tense confrontation, one of the older Brown kids allegedly said, "You lied to all of us. You lied about the money. You lied about Robyn's role. You lied about everything." Then came the real jaw-dropper. A whistleblower from within the Brown family's financial circle handed over documents to both the network and several media outlets showing that Kody had established a private trust in Nevada more than 8 years ago, one that funneled show earnings, book revenue, and speaking fees into a separate account never disclosed to his other wives. The trust, according to these documents, was accessible only by Kody and one other individual, Robyn. The fallout was immediate. Janelle, long known for her quiet strength and financial pragmatism, was reportedly livid. That money was supposed to be for our retirement, for the kids' college, for medical emergencies, she said in an off-camera moment captured by a hot mic. Instead, it went into a mansion and designer handbags. Christine, vindicated in her decision to walk away, took to social media with a simple message: truth always wins. Mary, ever the loyalist until the bitter end, has remained relatively quiet, though some believe her silence speaks louder than words. And what of TLC? Their next move is bold. The network is reportedly developing a spin-off docuseries under the working title After Polygamy, which will follow the individual journeys of the remaining Brown women as they navigate life post-Kody. Robyn and Kody are not involved. The show will be anchored by Janelle and Christine, with Mary making selective appearances. The focus: independence, rebuilding, and reclaiming narratives that were, for so long, edited to favor a now discredited family core. Robyn, meanwhile, has retreated from public view. Her Cameo account has gone dark. Her boutique website has been taken offline. And sources say she's not coping well. One former producer described her current state as isolated and paranoid, convinced that more revelations are coming, particularly regarding a rumored prenup she may have forced Kody to sign in the event of financial separation. As for Kody, he's reportedly considering a tell-all book, though insiders claim no reputable publisher will touch it until the legal dust settles. In the end, what's left isn't just the ruins of a plural marriage. It's the legacy of manipulation, favoritism, and unchecked financial control that stained every episode in hindsight. For fans, Robyn's forced exit isn't just justice, it's a reckoning. And for TLC, it's a chance at redemption, transparency, and storytelling that finally puts truth above myth. One thing is certain: this isn't the end. It's just the end of the lie. The empire cracks. Robyn's grip slips as the wives rise. In the wake of the TLC audit and the secret stash exposure, Robyn's once unshakable image as the soft-spoken, misunderstood wife began to unravel with shocking speed. No longer protected by Kody's spotlight or the editing room's soft glow, Robyn found herself cast in an unfamiliar role: the villain. Public opinion shifted overnight. Forums like Reddit, Facebook fan pages, and even Instagram reels lit up with breakdowns of Robyn's every tearful appearance. Fans pointed out the patterns: emotional manipulation, strategic tears, and how conveniently she always seemed to be the victim, right as Kody needed defending. But it wasn't just the fans noticing. Behind the scenes, Robyn's relationships with the other wives were in total collapse. Janelle, who had long bitten her tongue, finally confronted Robyn during a tense off-camera meeting, accusing her of weaponizing your marriage license and standing by while the rest of us were left scrambling for answers. A source close to the production team claimed Robyn refused to take accountability and instead wept through the confrontation, insisting Kody handled the finances and that she didn't ask questions. But the other wives weren't buying it, and neither were viewers. Christine, now thriving with her new partner David Woolley, doubled down in her public comments. During a podcast interview, she shared, "For years, I kept quiet out of respect. But now, I see how much we were all manipulated. Robyn played the long game, and we all paid the price." That moment went viral. Fans praised Christine for speaking truth to power, while Robyn's silence became louder by the day. Even Mary, once an outlier in the family drama, offered cryptic confirmation. In a now-deleted Instagram story, she posted, "Silence protects the abuser. No more silence." The implication was unmistakable. TLC, once hesitant to portray Robyn in a negative light for fear of losing its most dramatic character arc, began shifting the edit. More footage of Robyn's behind-the-scenes maneuvering was aired. Old clips were recontextualized with sharper narration. Robyn's crocodile tears, once given emotional music overlays, were now juxtaposed with hard-cut reactions from Christine and Janelle. Viewers were seeing it all differently now, and they were outraged. Hashtags like #FreeJanelle, #JusticeForChristine, and #RobynNew trended weekly. KOD'S meltdown, from patriarch to pariah. At the center of it all, Kody Brown was spiraling. His once carefully curated patriarch persona, built on control, charm, and chaotic justification, was slipping into full meltdown mode. In recent episodes, his rants became more erratic. Fans noted his increasing paranoia, deflective blame tactics, and explosive tantrums whenever financial matters were mentioned. One particularly viral moment came when Kody shouted at producers off-camera, "You're trying to paint me as a villain because the fans can't handle the truth." The clip was quickly memed, remixed, and reshared thousands of times. Behind the scenes, Kody was reportedly scrambling to regain control, launching attempts to start a podcast, pushing a book deal, and trying to revitalize his now-defunct Patriarchy is Love coaching venture. None landed. Publishers backed out after the financial controversy broke. Advertisers distanced themselves. Even his kids, once a source of warm, emotional scenes, were pulling away. Garrison's heartbreaking commentary about his strained relationship with Kody rang in fans' ears. "He only shows up when the cameras are rolling."